please subscribe to this video and give a thumbs up to this video. Now in this video, we will cover the level 3 LCCI certificate in the PR and the media relationships. The paper taken from is from the 2019 June section. Now I have put the textbook here, the case, question, and the answer here, such that we can have a better understanding of the case. The first one is about the print media. So for print media in your textbook, it include newspaper, magazines, trade publication, newsletter, fact sheet, poster, blah 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 blah. There are a lot of stuff. So these are the answers in your exam. Now I would like to remind you that next time, it might be include broadcast media, and the third one we call it online media. So there is number 1, we call it print media. Number 2, broadcast media, and number 3, online media. So for online media, there are a lot of examples. Let's move on to part B. So I've put this is the question, this is the answer, and this is from the textbook. It's about the challenges for the CNM's media relations. So let's take a look. What are the issues in the case? It talks about that the competitor claim the quality is poor, and also the national newspaper, they support your competitor instead of the company, and there are some complaints in the social media. So there are 2 types of challenges. I would like to talk about the national newspaper. It's about the lack of control. It will lead to misleading or unexpected coverage. Indeed, we call it here again your textbook. We do not have the control from the third party, or you may say there's no guarantee of the media coverage. That's here. So I will link up like this. About the claim, fail to respond quickly will lead to reputation damage. So that's here. Concerning the social media, we do not know when would they post. And yes, so this is called the media bias. On the other hand, for the media bias, you can talk about the media they favorite the competitors for the national newspaper. Let's take a look at part C. It's about how to use the social media. So when you use the social media, you try to create the content to restore your credibility. And also you have to mediate the comments. So to portray the false image. Also, you must do the SEO, keywords, analytics URL. For the content, once again, you have to start publishing, sharing content to create. So this one, we focus on the sharing and publishing. On the other hand, for the first one is creating. So that's 2 different points. Create. The next one, we call it share or publish. So that's say 2 ways to do it. And for these complaints here, please respond it professionally. So the keywords lies on professional. Now in part D, I have put the question here. We have to create a PR campaign. I have put a textbook, case, answer, examiner report, and a sample of answer. The first one, you must do the situation analysis in the PR campaign plan. So for the situation analysis, it's all about indeed is for SWOT. So we call it SWOT analysis. Next, for the objectives, you have to do it with SMART. For the objectives, so you have to make use of the theory called SMART. Like as you can see here, so there are figures. Can you see that? So this is called measurable. For the schedule of the activities, you must include 2 things. The first one is called a milestone. The second thing is called a deadline. So these activities include a press release, visit, press conference, and also work with the local media. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would like to talk about for the press release, and for the press conference, okay, there are two different issues you have to focus on. Okay, so for the press conference is about to, is an additional press release. Okay, we'll focus on more about the discussions. Now for the media plan, okay, with three things. Okay, it's about print, broadcast, and online. Okay, three. Okay, three. 1, 2, 3. Next will be the budget. Okay, so its date and the in the case it's about 2 million, but in this answer there's no. Okay, you can see there's no. Okay, so you have to add a budget in this answer. Also for the activities, there's something wrong. Okay, say for example, okay, if you arrange this audience segmentation, okay, it's wrong. Focus group hearing is wrong. Okay, so this is our wrong answer. In the evaluation, we have to talk about say for example, so it's about jobs, right? So we talk about jobs, so it will related to the staff recruited. Also it's about better quality medicines, so it would be about the health outcomes or better feedback received. This better feedback would be come from you have to go back to the evaluation part. This one, okay, negative feedback. So this is one of the evaluation, and there are complaints that the quality are poor, so that's stuff from here. So you have to improve the reputation. So this is what we call the evaluation. So in this sample, the candidate secure high marks. Okay, so because try to manage the media, but there need to be more details, okay, rather than activity. Okay, to show the understanding of these media activities. Let me do it once again to the conclusion. How many things we have to do? Number 1, situation analysis. Okay, we need to SWOT. Number 2, we have to do SMART, objective. Okay, so we're in the schedule activities, including the milestone and deadlines. Also, and then we have to work our media plan with 3 things. Okay, with the online, okay, print, okay, and also the this one, okay, online, print, and broadcast. And then number 5, we have to deal with the budget. And number 6, again, number 5, we have to deal with the budget. And number 6, we have to do the evaluation. Now, thanks for watching this video. Remember to subscribe to our video, give a thumbs up to this video, and subscribe to our channel. Now please subscribe to our channel and give a thumbs up to this video. Now in this video, we will talk about the LCCI level 3, the certificate in the public relationships and the media. The paper taken from is the 2019 June section. Now I have put the question here, the marking guideline, and the case here. Question 1, about the risk of the campaign. Of course, it's about you can see there is a brand looking almost identical to the others. So this would be the reputation risk. Okay, it linked to the brand infringement claim. Next, there's a social media. The question, okay, are there mint real or not? And then the slow response, okay, because you can see, or you can say lack of control because there are not enough staffs. Okay, or you may say failure to respond, right? Okay, like this one. So you may just copy, okay, copy from the source. Now for part B, okay, we have to talk about the lessons learned for the next campaign. Okay, so first of all, of course, you have to check the brand analysis to check the product, okay, before you release. Next, you can talk about the success, okay, of the railway station campaign. Now, there are some common, I would say, like release press release effectively, media training for the key staff, and also identify the lobby community, hire the local consultants. I would say these 4, okay, these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, you have to, okay, memorize them. And this page, okay, I've put the question here, is about the legal issue, okay, arised from the campaign. Now when we talk about legal issues, there are a few like the copyright. Okay, you have to do how the copyright, privacy, regulations about social media, okay, and how to monitor the PR campaign. So first of all, right, of course, it's about the copyright infringement, and for the interpretation, and this one, okay, you have to refer back to the case. Okay, now I would like to remind you, besides the legal issue, you have to also take a look the ethics issue. This is also very important for the exam. These include honesty, transparency, okay, truthful, maintain your competence, and make sure they're factual, okay, and the copyright for the images, they're free from copyright issue, and don't send gifts. Now this one, okay, I have picked the the exam report here and with a sample. Okay, now the question is here. Okay, so 2 helpful behaviors when trying to maintain the media relations. Okay, now in your textbook there are some helpful behaviors. Okay, say for example, you have to deal honestly with the journals, okay, and send helpful information, also respond quickly, okay, yep, and also timing the press release, okay, with the schedules, blah blah blah. Okay, so there, and also there are a lot of things that helpful. Okay, so in this sample, you can take a look. This is a full mark sample. Okay, so it talks about the first journalist, okay, should give correct information, okay, with no propaganda. The next one, okay, they should be based on writing stories, but in a very neutral way. Okay, you have to write it in a very neutral way. That's the key and important. Now I would like to also mention about 2 things. We call it proactive PR and reactive PR. Okay, for the proactive one is about scheduled activity rather than to export. Okay, so you do it on your own. Okay, when you do it on your own, remember you have to try to give facts. Okay, you try to give facts. Now for the reactive one, you're going to reactive with the with a crisis. Okay, so there are some terms I would like you to do. Forward features, punching stories, okay, arranging interviews. Number 3, arranging interviews. Number 4, provide relevant commentary. Number 5, media training. So and also keep quality contacts. Okay, so these are I would say the reactive one. Okay, so how we do the reactive one. Okay, this one we talk about the external agency. Okay, so why would they highlight the external agency? Because of course the first one is about the resources and skills. Okay, yep, and the second one is about the flexibility. Now the last one, okay, we have to analyze the effectiveness of the CCR campaign. Okay, so we have to do it with the timing. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so let's take a look at week 1. Okay, so for week 1, you can see it's very good, but on the other hand, for the week 3, okay, so that you have been attacked by the others. So you can see that the business drops a lot, and then when you go to week 5, okay, raise, right, in week 5. So you can see that because in week 5, because in week 4, okay, you try to do the railway campaign, and then next, okay, in week 7, okay, so it drops because of the stupid manager. And indeed, you can see that in week 6, okay, it also drops. Okay, because it also drops because about the social media, okay, and the lobby community. I would say in interactive content, you first of all you copy. You try to copy from the case. Now next, okay, for the conclusion, you try to conceptualize the problem. Say for example, okay, you can see in week 6, okay, in week 6, okay, so there are not, okay, this color, okay, not the blue one, the purple one. Okay, so there is a lack of product information, and I would like to highlight, say for example, okay, despite no issues, so that's this one. So when there is leaving blank, nothing happened, you have to explain. Okay, so for this one, you have to explain the blank. What happened? Okay, that means there's no repurchases. And also you have to give suggestions like employ more in-house or hire the external one, because you can see that the small PR team, okay, is not good. Okay, and also the media has not make use of the strong, okay, the strong media following, And you can also talk about the voucher. Okay, can you see the voucher? The voucher is here. Okay, there's no voucher. Okay, you have to talk about the voucher. Okay, and the stupid guy is not trained up, so you do not want to use that. Okay, you do not want to use the stupid guy. Okay, don't use the untrained spokesman, and you have to do the formal response. Now, I would like to talk before we end. Okay, I will talk about the internal, the PR. Okay, so that's in this case. So in the previous question, we've talked about external. So this is about the internal one. So for the internal one, there are a few things I would like you to highlight. The mission, do it faster, spare capacity, and cheaper. And the objectives, of course, is including evaluate the activities. So that's what this question doing for. So this is the question. Okay, so that's the question we are doing in this part. Okay, this is how we do the evaluation. Thanks for watching the video. Please, okay, subscribe to our channel and give a thumbs up to this video. Please subscribe to this video and give a thumbs up. Now in this video, we are going to talk about the LCCI. It's level 3 PR. The paper adopted is 2019 Pearson June. Now I have put the question here. Okay, yes, and then the marking guidelines, and also the textbook. Okay, the textbook stuff is here. So then, okay, then we will have a better illustration of this syllabus. So let's take a look at the first question. Okay, how could the company optimize the press release for the online use and search? Now regarding about the online use, okay, so let's take a look at the marking guidelines. So we have to create a hyperlink that adds as a clickable link to another site location, so that would take straight for the document. Now for the search, we have to make use of the SEO keywords such that it's much easier for them to search in online search engines. There are two more things that are not in the textbook about the metadata summaries, which enables the filtering to locate a specific site, and also it's about tagging by attaching keywords such that it allows the identification within the website. Now for these two, it's not mentioned in the textbook. Okay, so I would like you to mark it down, and these are the answers in the live exam. So make sure you memorize these, okay, in your textbook. Please mark it down. Okay, so you might face similar question in the coming examination. Let's move on to part B. Okay, so I've put the textbook here, and the question and the marking guidelines. So there are two potential issues about the perception of the public. Okay, so let's take a look at the textbook of the left hand side. So for the perception, indeed, we can make use of the situation analysis. That is about the internal and external positive and negative. Okay, strengths, opportunities, threat, and weakness. All these. Okay, so this is from the textbook sense. See, for example, this one they did not win for this year. So this one it would be about a threat, okay, a weakness of threat in your company. Also, when you talk about doors, but however, all of the staff, okay, they're not female, okay, they're males, so it would affect the perception. Okay. Now let's come to this one again. So for this time, okay, I don't need case studies because it's just about the factors preparing the press release. Okay, so you have to take a look at the textbook. Okay, now of course it's about you to ensure suitable venue and time and the date to ensure the delegate and speakers their match can be arranged. Let me use the red color for this one because it's not in your textbook. Another one is about the suitable venue, right? This one is the little venue to make sure it's accessible for the journalist and maximum participation. And the next, you need to the audio stuff. Okay, here, as you can see, we need all the audio, visual stuff should be arranged. Okay, so and then the offers convenience to the visitors. Now for the social media fit, okay, so you should should be available, okay, like the hashtag, okay, so the maximum social media mentions and engagement. Moreover, we need the press kits to contain all the background information, okay, such that your offers controlled, bespoke and control the information to the journalists on the day. And last but not the least, you have to do intervals for the spokesmen. So this will help you to increase the coverage. Okay. So this one, okay, look at the examination tips in the left bottom corner. Okay. So I will say this is a typical question. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look. Question 4. Okay. So I've put the large textbook here, and this one is about the question and the marking guidelines. So it's about the type of planned PR campaigns. So there are several types of planned PR campaigns. So you take a look here, including attitude changing campaign. So let me highlight it with a yellow color. Okay, attitude changing campaign. This one, and the next one is about the behavior changing campaign. Also awareness understanding campaign. So I would say and that there are total 6 types of high level campaign. Okay, 6 types. So I would like to go through one by one. Now the first one is called raising awareness. Okay, so it's a highly planned to focus on like the new products. Okay, the new products. For the second one is about the information. It's okay, like survey. Okay, so if you do survey, publish something. Okay, so it would be about the information one. And the third one is about public education campaign. Okay, so this one is about to change their attitudes and behaviors through the presentation of the materials. The fourth one is called the attitude reinforcement. So I would say the condition to hold such attitude reinforcement is about the organization. They should be highly visible and good reputation. Okay, so it is important to maintain their customer loyalty or their donations. Okay, sponsorship, blah blah blah. So this one I would say is about to make your brand in a positive ways. Okay, so this is what we call attitude reinforcement. Now for the fourth one is about attitude changing campaign, like the changing the social attitudes. Okay, or what do it from a negative one to a positive one. So we call it attitude changing campaign. The fifth one is called the behavior changing campaign. Say for example, you change the behavior of the HRA people to go and screen for the HVI. Now for the last one is for the unplanned one. Okay, that means that there are a lot of uncertainty. Okay, so it's often relative. Okay, with unforeseeable futures. So usually I would say it's beyond. Okay, you have to respond something not beyond your control of the organization or individual. So let me give you one example. Okay, crisis management is one of the unplanned PR example. Now there are a lot of ways to do to crisis management. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there are total 7 ways for you to do. I would say this is crisis management. Now the first way to do so is about preemptive. So you're taking action before anything happened. The second is called offensive. That means you're going to discredit those who attack you. The third way is called defensive. Just denying the stuff. The fourth one is called diversionary. Is of course you provide financial or non-financial compensation. The fifth one is called commiseration. It's about just issue a statement. Okay, expressing regret. Sixth one is receiving behavior. It's about intent to repair the damage done. Okay, like you want to do investigation. Okay, the last one is called deliberative. That means you not offer anything. You respond weakly. Okay, so remember this is called deliberative. Okay, so say nothing. Okay, say nothing. It's called deliberative. Let's go back to the case. Now, as you can see, they did not win this year. Okay. So you have to change your campaign. Okay, so your campaign would be change the attitude. Okay, so you make it from the negative to the positive one. The second one is about behavior changing to support the campaign. Okay, and also awareness about the unfairness representation. Okay, so this is what we call campaigns type. Let's go to the fifth one. It's a long question. Now I've put the sample of the candidates here. Okay, I also put down the textbook stuff. Now for this one, it's all about how to write the questions here. Okay, so let me mark it down in the right top corner. So this is the question. How to prepare a short press release. So first of all, when you prepare the short press release, you have to have your organization name. So that's from here. Okay, so you put down the products. Okay, this one you put down the product's name. And for the date, it's a question mark in this question. Okay, they don't provide us the date, so it's a question mark. You don't have to do that. And then for the headline, it's about creating the online competition. So you have to do this like this. Okay, online vote for new door competition. And then you have to copy a lot of stuff. Remember, when you copy, you have to make the quote. Okay, make the quote, and give the details. Okay, so let me use another color. Give the details. And then what's next? Okay, you have to put additional information like a website. Okay, press office these. Okay, they omitted. Okay, press contest reference number ends. Okay, so this is omit in this question. Okay, so that's stupid. Okay, I would like to put the focus on the bottom left about the textbook stuff. Okay, how to write the press release. The first of all, there are six. I would say 6 questions. Okay, 6 questions like who, why, what, where, how. Okay, so remember, it's not a sales promotion. Okay, you have to make it in a good format. Now that's all for this video. Remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Now I would say this one is a very good sample, high marks. This one is a high mark sample, so please take a look.